My name is Vanessa Hale, and at 35 years old, I finally stopped paying for a family that treated my daughter like she didn't belong. For years, I was the quiet support system behind everyone in my family. I paid my parents' bills, covered medical expenses, funded holidays, fixed emergencies, and kept their lives comfortable without ever asking for recognition. I told myself that helping them was love. But everything changed the night my mother publicly excluded my 12-year-old daughter, Lily, from her birthday party. It happened during Sunday dinner at my parents' house. My mother, Elaine, sat proudly at the head of the table discussing plans for her extravagant 66th birthday celebration. Place cards covered the table for every relative, every grandchild except Lily. At first, I assumed it was a mistake. Then my mother calmly announced, "Your daughter isn't invited." The room went silent. My sister Candace looked down at her plate, hiding a smirk. My father stared into his glass like he wanted to disappear. Lily sat beside me frozen, clutching her napkin with both hands. "The kids' table is already full," my mother added casually, even though the seat sat empty only feet away. I didn't argue. I didn't yell. I simply stood, told Lily to get her coat, and walked out. My mother accused me of being dramatic, but I'd spent my entire life learning that reacting only gave her more power. The real damage happened later in the car when Lily quietly asked, "Did I do something wrong?" That question broke something inside me. I had spent years ignoring the signs. My sister's children were treated like treasured grandchildren, while Lily was treated like an afterthought. They got birthday parties, Christmas piles of gifts, praise, attention, and affection. Lily received envelopes with forgotten cash and polite smiles. I kept excusing it. I kept paying for everything anyway. I own a successful accounting firm now, but my family still saw me as an endless source of money. 6 years earlier, when my parents nearly lost their home, I secretly bought it and let them live there almost free. I paid their property taxes, insurance, utilities, and even my father's surgery bills. Every family event somehow ended up on my credit card. Even my mother's birthday party, the same one Lily was banned from, was funded by me. A few days after the dinner, my mother called, not to apologize, but to ask if I had paid the catering balance yet. She assumed I would handle it like always. That same week, my sister texted me telling me not to make Lily's thing bigger than it is. That phrase stayed with me. Lily's thing. As if excluding a child from her own grandmother's party was some minor inconvenience. Then everything changed when my teenage niece accidentally showed me a private family group chat I'd never known existed. Inside were years of messages discussing me like I was a wallet instead of a daughter. My mother and sister joked about putting expenses on my card, complained about my success, and repeatedly discussed excluding Lily from family traditions. Then I found the message that destroyed any remaining doubt. "Lily isn't really one of ours," my mother had written. According to her, my daughter was a reminder that I had once left town, gotten pregnant young, and built a successful life without their approval. My sister encouraged it because as long as Lily stayed excluded, her own children remained the favorites. That night, something inside me turned cold and clear. I stopped trying to fix things. Instead of fighting, I quietly made decisions. I met with an attorney and transferred ownership of my parents' house fully into their names. No strings attached. Then I canceled every automatic payment I had been quietly covering for years. Monthly transfers, insurance, utilities, prescription accounts, lawn care, party expenses, everything. After that, I prepared a gift box for my mother's birthday party. Inside the box, I placed 4 things: First, the deed to the house, officially gifting it to my parents outright. Second, a formal letter ending all future financial support effective immediately. Third, a detailed accounting spreadsheet showing every dollar I had spent supporting the family over 6 years. And finally, I placed the torn pieces of a birthday card Lily had made for her grandmother before learning she wasn't invited. On the inside lid of the box, I taped a single-place card written in elegant cursive. Lily. The seat she was never allowed to have. I didn't attend the party. Instead, Lily and I spent the day eating pancakes and walking by the river, while my mother entertained guests beneath gold balloons I had once agreed to pay for. A courier delivered the cream-colored box directly to her table. According to relatives, my mother opened it confidently in front of everyone, expecting reconciliation. At first, she smiled when she saw the house deed. Then she read the financial termination letter. Then the accounting totals. Then the torn birthday card. Finally, the place card slipped onto the tablecloth. Lily. At that exact moment, the catering manager approached asking who would be paying the unpaid balance. Because the card on file had been removed, the entire party reportedly went silent. For years, everyone assumed my mother was the generous woman holding the family together. In less than 2 minutes, the truth became impossible to hide. I had been funding the entire image while my daughter was treated like an outsider. My mother cried. My sister panicked. Family members demanded explanations. And for the first time in decades, my father looked directly at my mother and asked, "What did you do?" I never answered the dozens of phone calls that followed. I didn't need to. The silence spoke for itself. In the months afterward, the family changed. My parents now fully own the house, but they also carry every bill that comes with it. My sister stopped speaking to my mother for a while after their secrets became public. Some relatives apologized to me. Others disappeared. My father eventually came to my office alone and admitted he had ignored the truth because it was easier. He asked if he could still have a relationship with Lily. On my terms this time. I agreed. Now he takes her out for ice cream every Saturday. As for my mother, she left long voicemails blaming me for humiliating her, but she never once apologized to Lily. That told me everything I needed to know. I spent years believing love meant sacrifice, silence, and endless forgiveness. But real family doesn't make a child feel unwanted. Real family saves a seat for your daughter without being asked. So I stopped paying for a table that never had a place for us.